Flash is one of DC's best heroes. He often solves the already messed up situation, but sometimes he does things that prove he's the bad guy. Keep watching to see the 10 things where the Flash messed up really badly. The Philosopher's Stone. We present to you, without a doubt, one of the worst decisions from Barry and Team Flash. After finally getting to the powerful artifact known as the Philosopher's Stone, Barry and Jay joined their forces to throw it into the Speed Force. Why? Well, they simply needed to keep it away from SAVITAR. But it looks like the Flash didn't think this through. SAVITAR previously told them that he spent an eternity in the Speed Force. So when the Flash put the stone in there, he made everything easier for SAVITAR. Then, a few episodes later, WALLY West threw the last remaining shard of the stone in, and he simply freed SAVITAR from confinement. And what followed were countless unfortunate events. Why didn't they take the stone to another Earth, taking Superman's side? Now, almost every version of the Flash has done some terrible things. Many of the speedster's errors are truly unintentional, but some of them are simply the outcome of irrational thinking. Barry Allen's logic has caused too many problems that even led to some fans quitting the show. Now, as we all know, in any battle, the Flash simply has to win. And quite often, we notice things that don't make sense. This is mostly visible in the Injustice series. When Superman decides to be the bad guy, he recruits everyone with superpowers for his army. As DC's Civil War starts, the Flash joins himself with Superman. And we all know he could have sided with Batman. This resulted in Superman becoming even more powerful, and the whole situation gets totally messed up. Saving his mom. This might be a little complicated, and we're not putting the whole blame on Barry, to be honest. As you all remember, he spent much of the second season coping with the new situation he found himself in, his mother's passing. Then, in the last episode of the season, he goes back in time to stop the Reverse Flash from killing her. Aside from being selfish, this also makes Barry the bad guy. Barry was told more than once not to use the timeline that way, yet he didn't listen. Then he spends so much time trying to get over it just to go back and try to erase his childhood trauma from existence. Time wraths are a thing. He'd also spent the whole season getting over it just to go back and try to erase his childhood trauma from existence. And the new timeline just makes things worse for him. SAVITAR again.
We did not choose the destiny.
The Flash, as we previously said, often uses time travel to adjust the events, and this regularly ends up in even worse situations or in circular temporal paradoxes. These happen when an object or event is described by that same thing. A good example would be the event when Barry himself became the lightning that gave Barry his own powers. But there's also a bad example that is connected to SAVITAR. The whole concept of time parts is pretty complex, and SAVITAR is actually a time remnant of Barry Allen from an erased future where Iris lost her life. Now, SAVITAR the Remnant is ignored by Team Flash, and he gets so angry that he chose to become the bad guy. Memory deleted. When the Flash discovered that SAVITAR was an evil time remnant of Barry, having all of his memories of current events, Team Flash realized something, or not. They came up with a conclusion that they'll need to stop Barry from making new memories so that SAVITAR doesn't have anything to go on. Barry, agrees with this. Why? Why would he agree on such a thing? Then he also agrees on Cisco, a person with zero medical experience, to give him brain surgery. Then, as we would expect, Barry loses all of his memories. In the end, everything is fine as Barry gets his memories back. But that doesn't mean that he should have agreed to this. To be honest, this doesn't make him the bad guy. This simply makes him stupid. WALLY West.
You want this more than anything, but I have to face the fact that
Now, let's talk about the hero's role in the passing of WALLY West. That was pretty bad. Now, we all know that the version of Allen that holds Grodd and West is corrupted by a dark future. This future Flash travels in time. To be more precise, he goes back to his past to stop the reason for that pain. Alan wants to end his present self just to fix the broken Speed Force. But when future Wally West goes back in time to stop his mentor, future Barry stops him with a blow meant for present Barry. Damn, this time travel thing is really complicated. The Zoom situation.
I will scour this city and
Wally West's battle with Zoom, or Hunter Zolomon, is one that exhausted us all. By the time Flash number 200 hit newsstands, Zoom had confused West in every way possible. Zoom's most dangerous crime happens when he attacks West's pregnant wife, Linda, which ends in her having a miscarriage. Then, Wally simply loses it. When he defeats Zoom, he wants vengeance. He makes Zolomon relive the moment that his parents passed away, which is a bit that really bothered Hunter during his childhood. And we must agree that this is pretty bad. But after all, it's Wally, and he sometimes perfectly knows how to play the bad guy, giving EOBARD THAWNE everything he needed.
Who are you? My name is Cisco.
This scene was a perfect masterpiece. We don't know about you, but we surely lost our nerves right in this scene. Back in Season 2, EOBARD THAWNE with his Matt Lester face appeared and scoped out Team Flash. Now, prior to the events of Season 1, or before those events took place from his time-jumping perspective, there were really some dull mistakes that Barry made. At the very start, Barry faced THAWNE, called him by his real name, and made sure that he saw him die. So THAWNE can work out what time period he is in and prepare his next steps. Barry should have played this game differently and figured out precisely which THAWNE he was dealing with. Barry also takes EOBARD and brings him to the Star Labs pipeline prison, and with this, he is allowing the Reverse Flash to take a look at the facility and Team Flash. This simply meant that Barry gave EOBARD all the info he needed. Work with criminals. Thanks to Barry Allen, Star Labs' basement is, how can you say this? Bad? Okay, now Barry illegally keeps criminals in Team Flash's place. The show simply doesn't care about the illegal imprisonment of the Flash's villains. But then, the evil and really unique treatment of these people makes the Flash look like the bad guy. He locks his villains up in small cells and leaves them to rot. And that's just evil, right? State your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Lion to LYLA and Argus and the government.
You can't have it, Barry.
What?
In Season 3, Episode 22, Barry was truly the bad guy like we've never seen him before. Even as we did, he did 3 stupid and evil things all of a sudden in this situation. As we all know, Barry will do anything to save Iris. And when we say anything, we mean that he will go as far as plucking Snart from the timeline, despite his destiny. Barry also lied to LYLA, the director of the shady government branch known as Argus. When LYLA denied Barry access to the thing that would help him save Iris, he however used H.R. Wells' face-changing technology to go into the facility and tried to steal it from her. Is this truly what a hero would do? You tell us. Maybe the better decision would have been to ask Oliver Queen and John Diggle to help him. Yes, we all know how much he loves her and he'll simply do anything, but this was, according to most fans, just way too far. Is there any situation of the Flash being the bad guy that we forgot to mention? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.